So speaking of exercise, Craig, the Obamacare lawyer, who you've heard on the Armstrong and Getty show many times, he's a very interesting guy. He's a very busy guy. Not only is he a benefits expert and an attorney, but he's a super capable fishing guide, very well known. And also
bass fisherman.
Yeah, especially. Yeah. And he's also a big-time mountain biker. And I like mountain biking of the doughy suburban dad sort.
Yeah,
so,
I like the riding around on trails that any 12-year-old girl could do.
Yes.
I went on the hard-ass kind one time, scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, I ended up walking my bike a little bit. But I tell you what, there were times. Well, let me get to the beginning. So finally, our schedules work out. I say, yeah, I'd love to go. And actually, Ritch, the bass player from the Dead Flowers, came along, too. Because folks in Northern California probably know Auburn pretty well, that area. It's foothills turning into mountains, flat freaking gorgeous. The American River cuts through it into the scenery for miles. It's just wonderful. And as it turns out, and I had little idea of this, it is a national, really international mecca for mountain biking. People come from everywhere to bike all the trails, and there are hundreds of miles of trails. Actually, a lot of road bikes, too, because of the winding and the scenery and the rest of the rural highways. So we go up there to mountain bike, and Craig shows up in his super cool, I'm a hardcore mountain biker gear stuff, and I think, uh-oh, but he's also a very good guy. And I told him, look, I have the courageousness of an 80-year-old woman when it comes to rugged trails with rocks all over the place on the edge of cliffs. Forget it.
Plus, you probably don't have a $2,000 mountain bike, which a lot of those people do.
No, I have a suburban dad, whatever it was. It's a hell of a lot less than that.
Schwinn.
Yeah, more or less. At least it wasn't a beach cruiser, or something like that. Some old Schwinn with the banana seat. So that was very cool. It's funny because as a kid, I wiped out. I crashed. I got concussions and stuff. And I used to think I was always on the edge. I was a daredevil. I was very bold. I'm starting to think I was just bad at it. I just wasn't very good. So anyway, I approached it much more cautiously. And Ritch, the bass player, was kind of in between. But like I said, Craig's a terrific guy. So we're biking up and down and doing big climbs and stuff. And I actually enjoy that. And hallelujah, turns out I am in great cardio shape. Because I was just going up, 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 up. Didn't matter how long. I was feeling great. And so I was really happy about that. Guys, get yourself an elliptical or something. Don't die of a heart attack and leave your family penniless. Anyway, like Vincent, now that I'm there.
Maybe you're a bad person. Maybe you'd be family would be happy if you died.
That's a good point.
You shouldn't leave that crowd out.
I shouldn't meddle in other people's lives, should I? On the other hand, like Vincent, now that I've achieved something, I feel righteous, and I would like to preach at people. So anyway, we get to the top of it. We were climbing forever and ever and ever, and that's mostly the end of the climbing. We take a little breather, eat a little protein bar, and we start going downhill again. And it's on a pretty comfortable dirt roady type thing where you can go pretty fast. Even I hate precipices. I've got a fear of falling. And so whenever I was near a cliff edge, I'd get really hesitant or slow or go over or whatever. And I was being referred to as the Precipussy, which was, not entirely kind.
Hilarious.
But so anyway, we hit this dirt road area that even a Precipussy like myself, I was having great fun and going down. But I'm keeping an eye on the trail, and I glance up, and I see Craig, the Obamacare lawyer, in the air, upside down, with his bike above him at about yank angle, about 45 degrees.
Like he's in the X Games or something?
And, except he's got an arm and a leg sticking out, and it was clearly not the graceful, amazing acrobatics of the X Games. It was holy F. And sure enough, he lands hard on his shoulder and his head. There were jumps there. And he had hit one of the jumps to do it, forgetting that he had not locked the shock absorber on his front tire. You got to lock it. Otherwise, your front tire turns to mush, and your back tire goes over the jump, and you just get vaulted, ass over tea kettle. Sure enough, he lands hard and says, "Oh, that's not good. Oh, boy. Oh, my." And he's clutching his shoulder, trying to sit up. And long story short, he tore up his shoulder. And
did you stand over him and say, "I'm a Precipussy, am I? So I'm the Precipussy." And you stomp around him.
I kicked him once. Who's a pussy now? Huh? Jump a pussy. No, and so we the adrenaline was going on all, and we were trying to appraise. All right, how bad is it? And he's saying, I think it's all right. I think I continue on. I think, and then he goes to lift up his bike and goes, ah! One of those, it works in that direction, but in that direction, So we ended up calling Rich's buddy Kevin, who came to pick us up, which is very cool. And so we the next stop hospital. And dropped Craig off, and he's going to an orthopedic surgeon today. Turns out no broken bones. We thought maybe collarbone, but there's nothing sticking out, thank God. But he probably just tore up his rotator cuff completely. And so, nasty.
I saw you tweeted about it, which I responded with, did you send your tweet while he was writhing in pain or after he went into shock?
It was between the pain and the oh my God.
Hold on, quit screaming. I'm trying to send a tweet.
Yeah. I'll help you up in a second. Give me a second. Actually, it's kind of a shame there's no video because A, it was a spectacular wipeout, and B, ripe for a web redemption on Tosh.0. Great Tosh.0 opportunity there.